What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another Call of Duty Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary, and today it is a dual commentary with my friend Bill, or Wguitarh H. So go check his channel out. And today's dual commentary is going to be about Call of Duty Ghosts. The reveal for this game was today, so it was made official that the next Call of Duty would be called Call of Duty Ghosts. So Bill, what are your thoughts on everything we found out today about Call of Duty Ghosts and all the rumors that were before too?
Well, the rumors with it being with the character Ghost from Modern Warfare 2 seem to have been finally gone because, like you pointed out before we started recording, is the masks are not the same. Ghost's mask from Modern Warfare 2 was actually like a winter ski mask. This mask seems to be a really thin cloth. Not the same at all. And the skull doesn't really match up.
And that's yeah. I was gonna say that the Ghost mask in MW2 and the Ghost character, like his name was like Simon Ghost Riley, and he had a comic book and everything, so it would have been cool to see him in this game, but it looks like from the teaser that we're gonna get a completely different setup, and we're gonna get probably a squad of so-called Ghost Warriors. So yeah.
Another thing I've heard about this game, it's going to be on a new engine. The engine hasn't really been leaked. Hopefully we'll hear something about the engine on the 21st when the Xbox is revealed and all this more information comes out. I'm really excited for that new engine. I hope it's like the Crytek 3 engine, I think is what Crisis 3 and Crisis 2 runs. I hope it's the Crytek engine, because that engine's really good. It has graphically unparalleled things. I mean, that engine has really good graphic potential, and knowing the Infinity War team and the Treyarch team, they will push that engine to the max to get that 60 frames a second. So I'm really hoping that's the engine. And also, I heard the reason we are calling this game Ghosts is because we're forced to use old weaponry, so weaponry from modern era, even though we're in the future.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Like, I heard that something happens where, like in Black Ops 2, remember the Second Cold War storyline? Something happens in this game where you're forced to actually use modern day guns, but Infinity Ward kind of did get mad at Treyarch because they wanted to make a futuristic game, and it looks like they are going to with this game. So it might be set probably around Black Ops 2 or even further into the future. It'll be interesting to see what time period this is set in. But obviously, the weapons in the teaser trailer look like modern guns when they're holding them. Another thing I want to talk about too is the squads. So there was like a team of 6 guys at the end of the trailer, and then the guy in the middle pulls down the mask, and you could see the guy to his right already had his mask down, and he could definitely be in that squad, and it looks like we're gonna be probably going from different regions and going and working with this team. So it'll be interesting to see what this team can pull off, and if they are actually like maybe Delta Force or something. They're probably Ghosts or something, like where they don't exist in the actual military, but they work for the government. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Well, obviously, being civilians, we wouldn't know if any such team exists. Because, let's face it, there are always military teams, special op teams, CIA, and the other agencies around the world, which for Canada and England, which is MI6 in England. But they always have teams doing stuff that us, as the civilian population, never hear.
Or they actually, like, sometimes, like with the Osama bin Laden case, people didn't really know about SEAL Team 6 until then.
I did.
So
I knew about SEAL Team 6.
I did too, but the general public, They didn't know. They had no idea that they existed until then. So
Uh,
it's
uh,
interesting that I don't
I,
know.
I don't know what to say about that because I understand that some people might not know. Obviously, there's always that select few that don't actually know. But
Yeah.
I want to think the general public's a little bit more aware of what's going on in the world than to think they. No, I didn't know there was a SEAL Team 6.
Well, some you'll be surprised. Some people actually didn't know, which is interesting because maybe there are more teams that even we are unaware of. You never know, and this could be based on like a ghost squad, because most of the stuff that you see in these games are based on actual events in real life, which is interesting. Like
Uh,
not 100% of what you see is true, but still some things are either leaked or you know what I mean, like on
um,
whatever they leak.
I'm not sure about Call of Duty how much reality is in the Call of Duty campaigns. I know they try to take on possible situations, like in Black Ops 2, they took a plausible situation, exaggerated it beyond belief, of course, but they took
Exactly.
a plausible scenario that could possibly happen in the future. Modern Warfare 2 and the Modern Warfare series, I guess it's a plausible scenario, but to me, it's a fun game. The story is kind of rehash of the Cold War era bullshit. It's like the Ruskies are the enemy. Kill the communist Russia. It's just kind of the rehash silly stuff from the Cold War. Nothing necessarily bad about it, but it's this rehash.
Well, let's be honest though. The only thing people care about is the multiplayer. So obviously, like I am looking forward to the next single player in Call of Duty Ghosts, but I care mostly about the multiplayer. So let's actually talk about multiplayer. What stuff would you like to see in Call of Duty Ghosts, like multiplayer wise?
Um, Redneck said it perfectly. You can have the game as graphically as beautiful as you want. You can have as many guns in the game as you want. You can have all these new features with how the character moves and have everything like that just perfect and nice and just look absolutely beautiful. But if I shoot my gun and out of the 5 bullets that I shot and got hit markers for, but only 2 of them registered, the game is broken. They need to take the time, whatever it takes, to get the network code down to where, from what I see, is what the host sees.
So lag
From what
compensation.
they need to focus on that network code. They need to focus to make sure that connection is as smooth as a baby's ass. They need to make sure the connection is
Okay,
perfect.
wait. So let's talk about the connection then. Do you think with the Xbox reveal coming up May 21st, I believe, and then they're going to reveal Call of Duty Ghosts, like the actual gameplay of it, do you think that the next generation consoles and the next generation engine is going to work to their advantage? And do you think the connection code would be better, or what do you think?
Of course, with the new generations, so the PS4 and the Xbox, whatever it's called, will have a better version of the game. Because the better technology means it's
Yeah.
better. But that doesn't mean the code is going to necessarily be better. Because let's face it, the game might be better in that sense of graphics and everything because of the better technology. But if the network code is the same code they have in Black Ops 2, because that doesn't have to necessarily change. Networking for a computer and the internet can be the same no matter what the hardware is. So that code could still be kind of crappy. So what they need to do, and I'm not a networker here, so I don't know the ins and outs of networking. But what they need to do is to take a serious work at whatever the network code they have. It's like, okay, we have this kind of technology. What can we do to improve it to make sure that people with really bad internet, because there are people out there, even in America right now, there's people that barely get any connection. Look at Wings of Redemption, he's a perfect example of this. The internet he plays on, he has a point to upload with I think like a 1.5 download. This absolutely horrible internet, and he plays the game. So how can we make sure that people like his internet get good connection, while people that have my kind of internet with 30 download and about a 6.5 upload don't compete and get way angry at each other because one side wants this, the other side wants that? How can we balance this to make it perfect?
Exactly. So, okay, so we talked about internet. We talked about the characters and the single player. Now let's talk about new game modes that we probably haven't seen before. You know, Treyarch is famous for zombies, and Infinity Ward had their own game mode called Special Ops, which nobody likes. At least I didn't like it. What did you think of Special Ops?
Eh, the Modern Warfare 2 version of Spec Ops, and they had it in Modern Warfare 3 too, was okay. I mean, it was something to do. Especially if you go and get in the multiplayer, getting your ass kicking, you're getting really frustrated. It's always nice to jump over to the Spec Ops with a friend and just kind of shoot the shit with a guy. It's not nothing bad. Granted, it's nowhere near as as popular as the zombies, but then again, I'm not a zombies guy, so.
You know what they should develop just for like the shits and giggles of it? You know how the game is called Call of Duty Ghosts, right? Well, they should have a special mode that's not like zombies but completely different. It's where it's like a ghost mode where you're actually maybe call it like possession or something, where you're being possessed and like there's two teams and one of the teams is invisible, they're ghost, and you know like haunted, like, or was it haunted or no, the Sea Nanners game that he uploads. It's pretty
Oh,
fun.
the Hidden?
Yeah, the hidden, that's it. Yeah, so they should do something like that for a special game mode. That would be a lot of fun in Call of Duty. I don't know,
Um,
that's just my opinion.
that would be okay. The only problem I have with that is Crisis 3 has Hunter, which is kind of similar to The Hidden. The Hidden's already out, which is a Half-Life 2 mod. So
Yeah.
you already have that, and then there's a couple other games that have similar kind of traits to that game.
How do you
So it's
improve on that though?
um the Hidden. I have played The Hidden, and it's fun. It's kind of a drag at times if the people are kind of cowardly and don't want to get themselves killed. It can be kind of a drag because what you see with Nanners is heavily edited to the best parts that you can possibly find in like a 4 hour play session. So that's heavily edited, and it's a fun game. But the problem is it can be kind of a drag, and it's kind of saturated already. There's already games that already have it. I don't need another one. What I want Call of Duty, the Infinity War, that side mode that Infinity War is trying to find for themselves, is just to continue doing what they're doing. I mean, honestly, yeah, it's not the biggest mode, but zombies is not that big. Zombies is kind of over exaggerated. Oh, because when you go and work at a zombies mode, there's like 30,000 people playing zombies, while multiplayer is still breaking 400,000, 500,000 on both systems. So zombies is really not as big as people might make it out to be.
There are some hardcore zombies fans though that probably want like a separate game mode for multiplayer. So it'd be interesting to see like what they come up with for Call of Duty Ghosts. Um, but just another side note to add in here too. Have you heard the song 3 a.m. by Eminem?
I've heard of the band 3 a.m.
But you haven't heard of the Eminem song, right?
No, I have not.
Well, they always have like these Eminem songs for the trailers of the next Call of Duty, so they should really put this song in the trailer because it would fit in like really well. But anyway, that's just my opinion on that. What else do you want to talk about or add to this conversation about Call of Duty Ghosts?
I'm looking forward to the game mostly because of the new engine. I really want to see how the game runs with a new engine and what they can do with it. Overall, I am optimistic about the game. I'm not the biggest Infinity War fan. I prefer Treyarch most of the time, though Black Ops 2's kind of went me down with the connection, especially last night. Black Ops 2 is this literally pissed me off to the point where I almost wanted to break the disc because I was getting shit on over silly things. But I'm optimistic. I am optimistic that hopefully now that Infinity Ward had 2 years since the breakup with Modern Warfare 2, that they got themselves in order and they got the talent that they need, that they can actually sit down and say, okay, let's make a kick-ass game.
I just hope for Infinity Ward's sake that I know they have a new community manager and everything, but at Call of Duty XP, Robert Bolin was like, F you, Last Stand, and then everybody started cheering. But then they had Final Stand in the game, and everyone just hated Modern Warfare 3. So hopefully they don't make that same mistake again and put like Uber Duber Final Stand in the game or something, because that would suck. I hate that perk. And hopefully they remove death streaks, because like nobody likes that. So yeah.
What I've heard with Modern Warfare 3 as to the death streaks and my stand, that wasn't a decision from Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, and them guys. It wasn't actually their decision. That was a decision from Activision, and they were they were being forced into doing it. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard.
Hopefully they just don't have any of that shit in the next Call of Duty, because nobody liked it anyway. Did you like Last Stand?
No one likes Last
Final Stand? No?
No one likes it, but at the same time, when I played with Final Stand, which would be every Call of Duty up until Black Ops 2 was fully gone. I mean, how many times did you honestly die by it? And how hard was it really to kill a guy in it? I mean, the worst iteration of Last Stand was...
imagine this. Imagine Final Stand or Last Stand on a guy when the connection is like on a 1 bar or 2 bar. So now you have to deal with a connection and the guy in Final Stand, and that's how people died a lot, because connection was horrible, and then the guy in freaking Final Stand even added to it. So that's why a lot of gamers were frustrated by Final Stand. Hopefully it's out though, and I am looking forward to Call of Duty Ghosts, and you said you're optimistic about it right now. So hopefully with a new engine, a new system. Oh yeah, another thing I want to address, the special edition. Like, how are they gonna do that this year with releasing a new console? Like, we haven't heard the official release date for PlayStation 4 or even the next Xbox. So what do you think they're gonna do about pre-ordering like special editions?
Okay, I have heard, and this comes from a semi-reliable source, T-Mart. T-Mart is pretty good about these things. T-Mart doesn't really usually lie. The special editions for the PS3 and 360, and I think the Wii U, all get released on the 5th, the November 5th. And he saw, and I can't remember the site that he said it was from, but I think it was an EU or a UK site, posted something for pre-orders for PS4 and the new Xbox on the 6th, November 6th, so the next day. So, if that's in mind, if the game launches and is released for new consoles on the 6th, that means the new consoles have to be coming out in October and or the first weekend in November, which, if I remember right, the first is like on a Saturday. So, if that's the case, new consoles are going to be here within October.
That would be cool if they were. I would definitely be looking forward to that. So, we're going to wrap this up, though, now. Is there anything else you want to add before we end this commentary?
Other than I'm optimistic about Ghost, and I'm really pumped to see what the Xbox and PS4 really can do. I'm really pumped to see the new consoles.
Alright, so guys, we will have our follow-up video on May 22nd, so get ready for that. Call of Duty Ghosts will be on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 PC November 5th. And we are not sure yet about the next generation consoles, so just look out for that, guys. And I'm so glad it's November 5th instead of like November 11th. I know
13th.
that was, yeah, or the 13th. Those were the two last release dates, so now we actually get it sooner, and I can't wait for the next Call of Duty. I'm always excited about playing the next Call of Duty, and you'll see a lot of Call of Duty Ghost information on my channel. And Guitar, are you gonna have like info on your channel? What are you gonna do with Call of Duty Ghosts?
I'm not really the information kind of guy. I just like to talk about whatever I talk about. I probably will post something, like a trailer. I probably post a trailer. But other than that, that's probably about all that's going to be on my channel about Ghost and these
Alright,
videos.
sounds good. Alright, so don't forget to check out Wguitarh on YouTube and Facebook. You have a Facebook page, so I'll link all that down in the description below. Thank you once again to Bill for joining me today, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Later.